Next, the U.S. president has said that he will be withholding over $2 billion in infrastructure projects for the city of Chicago, a move that critics say is aimed at pressuring Democrats as the government shutdown enters its third day. Though the U.S. Senate is set to vote on rivaling Republican and Democratic plans to end the impasse today, neither is likely to pass. And if this shutdown continues tomorrow to Saturday, it'll become the fifth longest in U.S. history, with still no end in sight. Kethevane Gorjestani, our international affairs editor, then joins me now on set for a closer look. Hi, Kethevane.
Hello.
So the government has been shut down now for more than 2 days. It's in its third. What are the concrete consequences of this?
Well, first, we have to talk about those federal workers because they're the first ones in line. 750,000 of them expected to be furloughed. That means they're forced to stay at home without pay and wait until the government reopens. Most of the rest of the federal workers across the country are deemed essential workers. That's true of some healthcare workers, people in security, law enforcement, safety. They will have to actually report to work, but not get paid again until the government reopens. Both of those groups legally and technically will get back pay once the government reopens. So it's very different for a government shutdown to last 2 to 3 days. That's not going to have that big of a consequence. But if you're talking about a month of not getting paid, then you're starting to see a struggle for some of these federal workers. One thing to note, who continues to get paid during the shutdown? The President of the United States, as well as the lawmakers in Congress, even though some lawmakers have said that they will forgo their paycheck during the duration of the shutdown. What does that mean for services for Americans, for travel, for example? Air traffic controllers, TSA screeners, they're considered essential workers. Again, if it lasts 3-4 days, that's not going to have a big influence because they are essential workers. But if it stretches out, some people are going to start calling in sick because they don't want to go and work without pay. Then you have benefits. All those things supposedly are supposed to continue. One thing to note is that the White House now has threatened to actually fire people for good during the shutdown. Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, said that they're going to look at agencies that don't align with the administration's values.
So, Kethevane, I mean, this is not the first shutdown we've seen in a very fractured United States. What is the main reason then behind this one? Where is the impasse this time between Republicans and Democrats?
The real focus here is healthcare funding. Democrats are insisting that they refuse to support a new spending bill that does not extend Obamacare subsidies. That's tax credits that make healthcare insurance cheaper for millions of Americans. And if that keeps Donald Trump's cuts on Medicaid, the healthcare for low-income Americans, in play. Republicans have explained their decision and their opposition to a changed spending bill by claiming that Democrats want to give healthcare to illegal immigrants. The reality is that undocumented immigrants do not get those things. They don't get Obamacare. They don't get federal subsidies. They are not eligible for these things. The only immigrants who are eligible are people who are under a certain status, refugees, asylum seekers, people like that. What the Republicans want to do in that new bill is restrict eligibility to only U.S. citizens and permanent legal citizens, i.e., green card holder, and that's what Democrats are opposed to. What you're seeing here is the two parties really focused on the two elements that they see as their biggest political advantage. The Democrats are focused on health care. The Republicans are focused on immigration.
The irony being that in the meantime, it's those same American voters that are suffering. Kethevane Gorjestani, thank you very much.